Literally the most overpowered Jedi that we've ever come across, having beaten Palpatine in a one-on-one duel, fair and square, and to my surprise, George Lucas has actually confirmed that Mace Windu did indeed beat Palpatine, and completely overpowered him. The theory and rebuttal to that can be done in a separate video because I have so much to say about it. But before I digress, as I always do, let's get on with today's video. While Mace was the leader of the Jedi Council, and arguably the second in command next to his master, Master Yoda, he was definitely the most powerful and respected of his time. Having defeated Jango Fett on Geonosis, who killed some of the most feared Jedi in the galaxy, Mace could tap into anyone's most vulnerable spots through a power that he developed himself, called Shatterpoint. And this was what allowed him to overpower Palpatine. He saw the world around him like a shattered piece of glass, able to pinpoint where to hit. This applied to enemies, friends, and even inanimate objects that were meant to be destroyed. As he mastered the 7th form of lightsaber combat, just as Darth Maul had, and through it creating his own variant called Vapad, he learned how to use one's dark side energy back onto them, like a continuous flow. Whatever he received from them would be returned right back to the sender. So with all of this power, prestige, and respect in the galaxy, just what did Palpatine say about him after Order 66? Well, in the 2015 canon novel Lost Stars by Claudia Gray, we actually find out exactly what was said about Mace Windu after his death. As you can imagine, Palpatine had control of the Senates, and with it did everything in his powers to slander the Jedi, making them out to be the bad guys, hiding their own malevolence. Now, I'm going to link the article below in the description, which is a good read that summarizes the novel, and it's here that we can see just how Mace Windu was perceived. The novel takes the perception of 13-year-old Sienna and Thane, starting from the events leading after Revenge of the Sith, who grew up being taught that the Jedi were evil and that their leader, Mace Windu, was the leader of a criminal gang that interfered with a legal execution on Geonosis, which sparked the Clone Wars. They were essentially saying that he meddled in things that he shouldn't have been, and that the execution scene that we saw in episode 2 was actually legal. You can imagine how tarnished Mace's image was now that Palpatine ruled the galaxy. As the novel continues, it just merely takes us through the lives of Sienna and Thane, who end up meeting Leia at school and then working for the Empire, leading us into A New Hope, where they witness the destruction of Alderaan and start to slowly realize what the Empire is all about. As for Mace's reputation, he isn't brought up again in the book, but it's cool to at least see him brought into the picture through Disney's canon marker. Now, what I think will happen to Mace is that Vader will fight him in the 8th or so issue of the new Darth Vader comic that we'll be getting in November. As I've covered in another video, we're promised a very intense Jedi hunt of someone we're not expecting to be alive after Order 66. Now, if you haven't seen the latest Vader comic that I brought to life, I did it a few days ago, and I'll have it pop up in the last 20 seconds of this video. It's one of my favorite videos that I've made so far, and I hope you enjoy it. What do you all think of Mace Windu? Is he too overpowered, or did we not get to see enough of him yet? You can let me know down below in the comments how you think he'll make his comeback to Star Wars, as I'm sure he will. Thanks for watching this episode, everyone. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Star Wars Theory. Until then, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, remember,
the Force will be with you always.